Good morning, church family. I just wanted to tell you about some things that are happening over the course of the next couple of weeks. We're going to be thinking about radical thanksgiving and radical generosity. And those two things are inextricably linked. We're called to be a thankful people. We're called to recognise that all good gifts come from God. That's what James writes in his letter, in the first chapter of his letter. That every day is filled with signs of his mercy and grace. We're called to be a generous people. We're called to be those who are giving because he first gave to us, demonstrating a family likeness, reaching out to others out of the riches that he has entrusted to us. I'm filled with joy when I think about the people of St Mary's and the many ways in which they demonstrate both of these key attributes of disciples of Jesus. So many of you express thanksgiving, praising the Lord for answers to prayer, signs of his goodness to you. I'm always delighted when people share their story, share a bit of testimony in our services. And so many of you give faithfully and generously of your time, of your talents and of your finance. And this is what it is to be part of the community of faith. Over the past 18 months, we've navigated some difficult times together, things that we could never have imagined that we would experience. There have been some tough tests of faith, and we have lived with a great deal of uncertainty. This has impacted many of us financially as individuals and as a church. But through it all, God has been faithful. We received last year the blessing of a one-off generous gift and two wonderful legacies. As a PCC, we've had some difficult decisions to make, and as always, we've sought to step out in faith to what we believe God is calling us to, and not to make decisions based solely on finance. And that includes the appointment of Ryan Baldwin, who's taken on that role of children and families pastor after Anne and Emma stepped down last year. We clearly felt that it was important that we prioritise our work with young families and young people, both church members and those who are not yet connected with us. We find ourselves now in a unique season with challenges and opportunities perhaps like never before, well, at least in my lifetime. And I believe that it's very important that we don't shrink back, but we continue to pray and work towards seeing transformation through Jesus and the kingdom of God extended in Ferndown and beyond. So we're asking everyone who would call St Mary's their home church just to consider their giving at this time. As we look to the future and all the Lord has in store for us, we want there to continue to be a vibrant Christian presence in our town, witnessing to the transforming love of Jesus for generations to come. We're so grateful for gifts that are given in many different ways, and we'll be giving you information about how you can give. But regular tax-efficient giving is just so helpful to us for being able to continue and plan our core ministries. So please can you prayerfully consider regular giving, or consider whether now's the time that you can increase your regular gift. Just want to finish this little video with a couple of verses from 2 Corinthians chapter 9. Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed, and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way, so that you can be generous on every occasion, and through us your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. So thank you for your partnership in the gospel.